Okay, let's move on and talk about Amara Raja, because Amara Raja and Piaggio India have entered into an agreement where Amara Raja will manufacture lithium iron phosphate, lithium ion cells and chargers at its gigafactory in Telangana. Let's go across to Shrishti for more details on that. Shrishti?
Well, indeed, a big day for Amara Raja Group today as the company came out with two big announcements. First up, as the company publishes the chapter 1 of its much-awaited Giga Corridor. As you can see on the back, ET Now's team is right here in Divipalli, where the company has inaugurated 1.5 gigawatt hours of capacity for the battery packs. And adjacent to that is just the site where the company will come out with its battery cell manufacturing plant as well. As we know, this particular facility is expandable to 5 gigawatt hours of capacity, and going ahead in the battery cell manufacturing, they have aimed to have 16 gigawatt hours of capacity, and the total capex announcement is of 9,500 crores. Along with that, the second big announcement is the MoU signed with Piaggio India. Piaggio India in the three-wheeler market has a market share of around 8%, and Amara Raja Group will be developing and supplying the battery packs and battery cells to Piaggio India in the times ahead. And not just that, they'll also be supplying the cells for their upcoming two-wheeler. Just a while back, Amara Raja Group did signed an MoU with two-wheeler manufacturer Ather Energy, and we will tell you that the supply has already started, even the production as well as the two-wheeler as well as the three-wheeler line is already operational at this particular site. So these are the two big announcements made by Amara Raja Group today.
All right, Shrishti, thanks so much for taking us through that. But she also got into conversation with Amara Raja's group MD Jayadev Galla on the company's way forward. He shared what all can be expected from the EV sector. Let's go across and listen into a slice of that conversation.
One story is, of course, the China story, where they're ahead of the rest of the world in almost every respect. They have 80% of the lithium-ion battery manufacturing capacity. They're making 80% of the electric vehicles in the world. They have control over nearly 80% of the raw materials, whether they're in China or from anywhere else. 80% of the materials are being refined in China. So they're far ahead of everyone else. India is going to be following more the Chinese model and not the Western model. And so you can already see it happening. Two-wheelers are already penetrating very fast. And even if you look at the EVs that are doing well in terms of volumes, it's the Tata Nexon and such vehicles at the smaller end of the market that are really starting to penetrate. So I would say that I'm very bullish and very confident about EV market in India. As much as I may have skepticism about how much it may penetrate in the West, I think we're going to be following the Chinese model, and I have no doubt that the Indian story is going to be more similar to China than it is to the West.
But Mr. Gala, I also wanted to understand that one such trend that we are seeing in the market is the decline in the lithium battery prices. As a company who is looking forward to go big in this particular space, how do you assess the trends that is shaping up right now? Where do you see the prices heading in?
Whereas if prices are coming down because there's an overcapacity in the Chinese market and they're dumping batteries around the world, that's not something that should be encouraged by anyone because it's not sustainable. And we'll end up killing the local industry because of predatory pricing from China. So that needs to be watched out for.
But in the long run or in the medium term, do you see the prices coming down further? And if at all, because since once you have the gigafactory set up and maybe in the medium term when you start supplying those in a big way, then what's the sustainability or the financial metrics that we look at, like the sustainable margins or the profitability? Do you believe that that will be impacted or a lot of fluctuation is expected?
No, I think, as I said, if it's technology driven, that means change in design, change in materials, change in manufacturing process that's bringing costs down. That's something that we'll also have to adopt and get on board with. Scale efficiencies are another way to bring costs down.
So does that mean that there's a target that you have set for the Giga quarter to get on board and then maybe get back?
By around April to June of 25, we'll have our first 2 gigawatt hours of cell making pilot capacity ready and running. And by the end of FY27, we'll have 16 gigawatt hours up and running.
Okay, on that note, we're going to slip into...
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.